This is the Top 110 Golf Podcast in association with Pilates with Denika.
Right, everyone. So hopefully you've had a chance to do our golf warm-up, so we're feeling a little bit more limber. Myself and Jim are going to show you some exercises to help get our core warmed up, the shoulders, and a little bit on the legs as well. As always, take your time and hopefully you enjoy it. We're going to be using some resistance tubes. You can use resistance bands as well, and these are just to give the muscles a bit more fire. So we're going to start first of all working our chest and the upper back muscles. So we're just going to have feet shoulder width apart, a little bit of softness in the knees. As we did in that first warm up, we want to make sure the shoulders are rolled back and down to set that good posture, that length through the spine. We're going to bring the band overhead, so you want your hands probably a little bit wider than the shoulders, and then from there we're going to pull the band wide to create tension. And we're going to pull down, so bending those elbows to pull the band down to the chest, little pause, slowly releasing the band up, and if you want, just relaxing up at the top there, that's it. So we're going to pull that band, bend those elbows, bring the band down to the chest, little pause, and then nice and slowly releasing back up. So we're getting a really good workout on the chest area, upper back area, the arms, and even your forearms as well, because we're gripping onto there. How's that feeling there, Jim?
Yeah, I can feel it in the shoulders, certainly.
Yeah, and it's all about nice, slow, controlled movements. If you want to add in a bit of breathing, we exhale on the pull down, and then inhale through the nose to release back up. So we're going to exhale, inhale, and then after that one, just relax. Brilliant, good stuff, Jim. So our next one then, we're doing a little bit of work to get the oblique muscles, which are our waist muscles, and they're really important for twisting. So again, we're going to start with that band overhead. We're going to soften the knees, that nice length through the spine. And what we're going to do is with our right hand, we're going to keep the left hand still. Right hand pulls down, and we're going to pull that band down to the back corner of the room, creating that little twist, and then slowly releasing that hand forward. So then we keep the right hand still, left hand pulls back and down, so you can let the elbow bend a little there, create that twist through the spine, and then slowly coming back to center. And if you want to add in that breathing, we exhale as we pull back and down, and we're inhaling to slowly release. Exhaling back and down on the left, inhale to release. So again, we're working predominantly through the chest area, but also starting to get those core muscles working. A little bit of movement through the spine. How's that one feeling, Jim?
Right.
And roughly in terms of numbers, if you've not done these before, 5 each side might be enough. But if we're looking at working on strength, between 8 and 12 repetitions. We'll do one more each side. Brilliant. Exhaling. Inhaling. And then release. And in between it, you might want to give the shoulders a little roll.
Feel that in the arms, definitely.
Yeah, and you can feel it. Real good endurance for your forearms as well there. So our next one, we're going to put the band down on the floor. We're going to stand on it, first of all, with our left foot. So you're bending that left knee, and then that back foot, you can just have your toes turned out. So you're in basically a nice kind of stable position there. Don't worry there.
It's not behaving.
Not a life of its own. So if you let that front knee bend there, Jim, yeah, perfect. Now, you can either hold the handle on these ones or you can hold the band. You want to just make sure you've got a good bit of tension. And then what we're going to do is left hand stays on that left thigh. We're going to pull that right elbow. So again, we're creating that little twist through the body, and then nice and slow releasing back down. That's it. So we're pulling the elbow back, twisting, right elbow comes back, and then slowly releasing down. So imagine there's someone stood behind you who you don't like, and you're giving them a bit of an elbow out the way.
Nish, can you do me a favour?
Why do you think I'm safely stood behind camera?
And again, we can add in that Pilates breathing. So we exhale through the mouth as we pull back, and we inhale through the nose, nice and slowly to release. So again, we're working those oblique muscles. We're also getting that spine used to that twisting movement. So with your golf swing, you're going to be twisting the spine. Brilliant. And then we're going to switch over. So we're going to this time pop it underneath your right foot. We want to bend that front knee, keep the back foot turned out for a bit of balance, And you can do as much tension as you feel comfortable with, okay? Right hand on that right thigh. Brilliant. And then when you're ready, we're going to pull that left elbow back and then slowly release. Super. So we're going to pull back and then release. So you don't have to do the Pilates breathing, but sometimes it just gives you a little bit more focus, a little bit more control. Lovely. So we're exhaling and inhaling to release. Right, we'll do 2 more there. I always end up losing count. You can tell maths is my forte. And then from there, we can relax. Perfect. So next, a bit more work for the rotator cuff. So they're the tendons we want to try and make sure we're keeping healthy. So we're going to do a little bit of work standing on the band this time with your right foot. So we're going to keep feet about hip width apart. We're going to stand on that band to secure it. And we're going to hold on. Again, you can hold the handle if you've got one of these, or you can just create a little bit of resistance. So this time we want to bring the hand out to the side. So the back of the hand is facing the ceiling. Just have a second there, Jim. That's it. So hand comes out to the side. We want to keep the shoulder down and relaxed so we're not tensing. And then we're just going to pull that arm. So we're taking the hand in line with the shoulder. That's it. And then slowly down. That's it. So hand comes out to the side and then releases down. And we can get the core muscles going as well. So if you do a big breath in, exhale, pull that band up. That's it. And then inhale, relax and release. So we exhale and then inhale. And with the Pilates breathing, sometimes people are like, it's really confusing. But I always think when you exhale, imagine you're blowing through a little straw. And that helps to just connect to the core. How does that feel there, Jim?
Yeah, I can definitely feel it working the old shoulders. I'll get me breathing the wrong way around.
Yeah, don't worry, that always happens. If in doubt, breathe as you feel comfortable. Honestly, we'll do one more.
I can pat my head and rub my stomach at the same time. Like I'm going to breathe in like I'm still doing this.
Right, let's swap to the other side. So this time we're going to stand on that band under your left foot.
I want to see it.
What?
Pat your head and rub your belly.
Can't do it under pressure.
Very
make
demanding
sure-
that, wasn't it, actually? Pat your head and rub your belly. Go on.
So we've got that softness in the knees. Roll the shoulders to set the spine. Again, we want the back of the hand facing towards the ceiling. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to draw that arm up, out to the side, and then that slow release down. So we exhale, lift up, and then inhale, relax, release. That's it. And again, in terms of numbers, you might find you do 5 and it feels tired. That's fine. We can stop there, or we can gradually increase to 8, 10, 12 repetitions. And you might find, does it feel different on each side, Jim? Or
It does actually, yeah.
Yeah, so my left side's my weaker side, so you always feel like it's, to get to 8 is like, oh, a bit harder on that side.
I can feel it pulling a little bit more on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
I do
Brilliant.
flies quite a lot anyway. So
Yeah, and this is
but
it.
it's obviously doing it at the same time rather
Yeah.
than doing.
And also what's interesting is because if you did this with a weight, the resistance band wants to pull you back down. So sometimes it's nice to do it with a band, just because it means you have to control it more on the way down.
Focusing a lot more on the form, actually, definitely.
And what's really good about that is you rotate a cuff, it lengthens under tension. So on the way up, the muscles shorten, and on the way down, they lengthen. It's called eccentric. And there was evidence to say that doing eccentric work was really useful for preventing tendons, getting tendinopathy. So there you go. Slow and controlled is the way forward. Right, we've got one more, Jim. So we're going to do some squats. So people sometimes like to do squats with quite a narrow stance. I'd say for this exercise, we're going to go a little bit wider than the hips, toes at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. And then we're going to bring the band overhead as well. So we're going to add the little band pull. So again, what you want to make sure is that you're not overly leaning back too much. So we want that length through the spine. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a squat. So we want to push the knees out to the sides of the room. And then as we come down, we're just going to pull that band. So we're keeping the hands overhead, pulling the band, and then nice and slowly pushing through the feet, come back up, release that tension of the band. So the idea of doing the band pull is it just helps to work the back muscles a bit more in the shoulder, and then slowly coming back up. And a little tip, if you keep the weight in the heels, so you shouldn't feel that you're falling forwards or weight through the toes, try and keep that weight through the heels as you come down, and then a nice big press up through the heel to come back up. Again, we can add in some breathing, so we'd exhale as we pull and squat, and then inhale, come back up and release. And you'll be well used to doing squats, Jim. How's it feeling?
Oh, it's sore from yesterday.
Yeah. We'll just do 2 more. And back up. And again, you don't have to go as low as we are. It might be, if your knees are playing up, you just come halfway.
Can hear
Come
mine
back up
clicking
again.
every 5 seconds. Every movement, it's like, oh, that doesn't sound healthy. Another little bits being dislodged and just floating around there now.
Brilliant. So there are top exercises for strength training. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Stay
not-
tuned, and we've got a cool down coming next.
Yeah, they're not my ideas.
So thank you, Denika. That was great. We do have the actual cool down coming up in the next video. Just a couple of quick questions.
Sure, yeah.
How frequently would you say you should do this? Because we were talking sort of strength now. So
Yeah.
do you want to do the same thing where you give a break a day,
Yeah.
or is that light enough to be able to do every day?
So I would say if you're doing very small repetitions, like 5, then you could do it daily if you wanted to. If you're doing 8 to 12 repetitions, then you might want to do it every other day. So ideally, you might want to spend time just doing 8 of each exercise and do that every other day. But the idea then is you can build up. So if you're still using the same resistance, do 1 set of each exercise, have a minute or 2 break, and then do another set of it. So you can either build the intensity of that you're doing it, or you can swap it over for a stronger band. Normally when you buy these off Amazon or wherever, you get like a few in a pack. So start with the light bands, and then you can progress yourself up to the stronger ones then.
Wonderful. And I mean, obviously, I'm pretty tired after having done all of that because I was doing all of it off camera, as you can imagine. But is there anything you need to watch out for in terms of overdoing?
Yeah.
So then have a break, and that's a signal from your body. What?
So if you're feeling pain, so you should feel, oh, I'm doing something here, I can feel the muscle. Great. If you're thinking, oh, actually, I'm in pain there, then it might be a sign that you're either technique-wise, maybe not quite following it, or are you over pulling on the band as well? So so definitely shouldn't be feeling any sharp pain. If you are, stop, have a bit of a break, come back to it, but also just watching for your form. So like we're saying with the squats, I can do it better side on. We should be keeping the weight through the heel. Sometimes where people go wrong is they come up onto the toe, lift the heel, and there's a lot of pressure through your kneecap. So weight through the heels for the squats. And like I say, with the band work, if you're doing it out to the side, you might not be able to get it all the way up here. So you just go to where you think, right, I can feel the muscle tensing, but I'm not getting any pain with it.
Fantastic. Well, that was brilliant.
No
So the
problem.
cool down video is coming next.
Yes.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.